Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Welcome to my show. The pandemic has done a number on the economy. One thing that is a positive is a lot of people are refinancing right now, and folks who have been kind of sitting on the fence about whether or not to get into a home, they find a certain urgency because the mortgage rates are just so attractive. To talk about that right now, Dan Ali, he is the CEO and president of Texas VA Mortgage. Thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You bet. Now, I know a lot of people in the media will say, oh, anytime the economy goes down, that people get scared, but it really is a great time to get a mortgage, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Interest rates are the lowest they've been historically over the life of interest rates we've had. Interest rates are definitely at 3% or lower. And, the perception has always been that you need to drop 2% to refinance your home. What we suggest is doing a mortgage savings analysis, so we can go ahead and put together the options for you, because again, the interest rate's not always the greatest variable. You could work on reducing the term of your mortgage. So a lot of things we can look at for you there.
I think one of the reasons why I wanted you on the show is because you really have a heart for veterans. I was on your website.
Yes,
tell me why. Were you in the military yourself?
No, I wasn't. So I've been in the mortgage business for 15 years. And so I've ridden some waves. And the last time 2008 came around when the economy crashed, I went back and did my master's at SMU. And when I left SMU, the goal was to go corporate. But I felt there was a need for veterans as they weren't getting the proper care when it came to mortgage services. And so my goal was to create a company to make sure our veterans got the right guidance when it came to mortgage decisions. Their goal has been to protect our country. But when it comes to financing, that's not their forte. So our goal was to create a company who can help guide them through that process. So 2012, I started Texas VA Mortgage, and we've been proudly serving Texas veterans since then.
Wow. That's amazing. There are all kinds of nice perks for veterans when it comes to mortgages, aren't there?
Oh, absolutely. They get 100% financing, which no one else can do but a veteran. So that's huge. They don't have a mortgage insurance. So typically, if you don't put more than 20% down, then you have to add mortgage insurance onto your loan. And for a veteran, there's no mortgage insurance whatsoever. And they can go up to a much higher loan amount with putting less down. So definitely some huge perks there being a VA.
Not only are you helping veterans getting living the American dream, you're really giving back to the community. I was on your Facebook page, and it just seems like you're in golf tournaments, scouting. I mean, you name it, you're involved. Is that part of your core values?
Oh, absolutely. Having 2 boys, both of them being in scouts, and just wanting to help our local veteran communities. Want to name one, Adaptive Training Foundation is a local gym that a buddy David had created, and it's there to help veterans who have lost body parts but have lost motivation. So he's created a gym for them. So that's one we definitely support. But yeah, any type of veteran golf tournaments, we're out there, just showing that we're here for support, and any other capacity we can help at, definitely.
I think I even caught a picture of you and Arnold Palmer on what is that right? Was it?
Yeah. It was Arnold Palmer, and I did when I first started golf back in 2012. I decided I should be taught the right way. So I went out to Bay Hill and did the 3-day crash course with PGA certified John O'Leary. And so on day 2, I was out there just working on some short game, and here comes Arnold Palmer in his golf cart rolling around, and I was like, I gotta say hi. So
you have to.
We walked over, and I mean, his hands were 3 times the size of my hands. So I said hello,
Wow.
bear claws, and yeah, I got to meet him in person. But that was a treat.
That's outstanding. And on your Facebook page, I know you like to take pictures with your happy clients. Gosh, how many people have you done the math yet? How many people have you helped with a home?
Oh boy, over 15 years, I would say it had to be surplus of 10,000.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's really
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah. So.
And I imagine many of them are repeat customers. I mean, once they've worked with you, they come back, and so do their kids and neighbors and parents.
Absolutely. Yeah. Once you find someone you trust when it comes to mortgage services, we hope to be your mortgage advisor for life. So that's happened a lot. Somebody who purchased a home will then contact us for refinancing their property, and then future will. It's once you've disclosed that personal information and you trust the person you're working with, then it definitely it definitely helps. So we do have a lot of repeat customers.
What's your message for people who are watching this right now and say, well, I think I'm just going to sit around and wait and see if rates go lower? I mean, is it time to move?
Oh, definitely. It's time to move. And, I get a lot of those phone calls, and I talk to a lot of buddies who are like, hey, I'm going to wait. I think it's going to get better. I think it's going to get better. Personally, I think you got to grab what you have now, because the way I look at it is, if it doesn't get better, then at least you got what's there now. And if it does get better, 6 months or a year from now, we can help you do it again if it makes sense. But at least you didn't lose the opportunity that is being given to us. Just recently, the Fed came out and announced they're not going to change the federal funds rate for the next 3 years. But that doesn't necessarily correlate to what interest rates are going to do. It's an uncertain time. Credit score requirements are being raised. Debt to income ratios are different. So before the banks start making these changes that could affect your ability to refinance, go ahead and do it now, because rates are all-time lows. So that's usually the message. Yeah.
Well, Dan, you've been a great guest. We're going to have you back on again soon.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on.
You bet. We're going to put your website up. If anybody needs to get a hold of Dan Ali and his amazing team, it's right there on your screen. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you.